Welcome back to the Jet Setter. I'm Tyson Rauch. Before we get started this week, I just want to thank Fisticuffs Combat Gear as well as the L7 Tailgate. If you want to see more about the L7 Tailgate, you can go to l7tailgate.com. It's a great party at the stadium before and after every game. Check them out. I'll be there. It's good times and good people. Before we go into this week's game preview, I just want to talk about Rex Ryan's and Bart Scott's comments that seem to be causing a stir amongst the media. Both Rex and Bart talked about Cowboy fans being in the stadium and how they wanted to see more Jet jerseys and whatever else. While I appreciate the fact that there's a growing problem with violence in the stands, I don't think either one of these guys are trying to incite any kind of riots. They're trying to generate some fan spirit, some team spirit, just some excitement about the game, if you want to call it that. But there's no, poor intentions or any kind of, they don't want to cause any kind of hostility. So I think it's kind of being overblown a little bit. I mean, as a Jet fan, I would hate to see a Cowboy fan sitting next to me, but you know what? It's probably going to happen. And I don't care. You know what? It's a game. Have fun. You want trash talk? Fine. No need to throw punches, though. Going into this week's game, it's an exciting time. Sunday Night Football, national stage. The Jets are they should be favored by probably a touchdown or so. It's probably less than that, but based on the facts and injuries, it should be about a touchdown. Offensively, the Jets have a couple advantages. The first one is defensive coordinator Rob Ryan of Dallas has only had about a month, maybe 6 weeks of incorporating his new defensive system. Which that means there's going to be miscommunication, there's going to be mistakes. The Jets have to take advantage of that. In addition, the Cowboys have a couple injuries that the Jets can take advantage of. Terrence Newman, the cornerback, is out, and Mike Jenkins, the other corner, is hurt as well. So he's probably going to play, but he's definitely banged up. So the Jets should take advantage of that by passing the ball, come out passing, get Mark Sanchez comfortable, get Plaxico Burress involved, get rid of his jitters, and open up the game a little bit. Once your passing game gets going, then you can run the ball, ground and pound, and wear down the Dallas defense. But the most important thing is they got to block DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware is probably one of the best defensive ends in football, or most dangerous pass rushers in football. The Jets have got to count from every play. Other than that, I think the Jets' game plan is going to be, pass the ball to open up the run, ground the pound, open up, spread the ball around. I think they should have some success offensively. In terms of defense, the Jets could also take advantage of the Cowboys, where the Cowboys' offensive line is very young. Between 3 players, they have 1 start. There's a chance that one of their right tackle could be out for the game. So the Jets have to apply pressure on the line of scrimmage and put pressure on Tony Romo and get hits on Tony Romo. The Cowboys' skill position players are very good, they're very quick, and they're very talented. From Felix Jones to Miles Austin to Des Bryant, even Jason Witten, the Cowboys are loaded on talent, so you got to get to Romo and force him to bad decisions. One of the keys for the Jets is to cover Jason Witten. Because if the Jets get pressure on Romo, there's a very good chance to go to a short passing game, which will involve Jason Witten. So that may either mean Eric Smith covers him, the safety, or a safety linebacker combo, whatever it is, but the Jets have to nullify Jason Witten and force Romo to throw the ball to the receivers. Other than that, the Jets need to blitz but not sell out, because the Cowboys have the ability to go throw the ball deep. Which that means is, I understand they want to get pressure with Calvin Pace, whatever else, but if they can get pressure from the defensive line, from Wilkerson or Sione Puha or Mike DeVito, they can maybe fall back in the coverage more and force Romo into mistakes. Other than that, I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think that the Jets are going to win this game. My prediction is 27-17. I think if the Jets can get up early, the home crowd will be fired up. They'll help the defense more, and it could put the Cowboys in a very dangerous situation of getting blown out. A lot of people are calling this a close game, but I think based on the injuries, Romo coming back from an injury, the Jets' momentum, I think this could be it could be a kind of a one-sided game, lopsided game. So 27-17 Jets. As everybody knows, this game is being played on 9/11. It's the 10-year anniversary of terroristic attacks. It's a real day to go to stadium, to be honest with you, because everybody's going to be patriotic and thinking back, and so there'll be a lot of tributes at the stadium, which is going to be great. And you always hear that phrase, never forget. Well, this is one day, 9/11, 10 years ago, was a day I'll never forget, because I worked in North Jersey. We were across the water from the Twin Towers, and I'll never forget listening to Howard Stern when the first plane hit. And Howard Stern was like, a plane hit the building, World Trade Center, we're not sure. At first you're like, it must have been an accident, whatever else. Then the second plane hit. Then you're like, wait a minute, this isn't a joke, this is something serious, and now everybody's in a panic. I'll never forget my coworkers crying, some of them fainting, evacuating the building. I'll never forget the panic, the uncertainty. Never forget trying to make a cell phone call and not be able to make a cell phone call because all the towers are busy. From there, I worked on Route 3. I'll never forget this. You see the smoke coming from New York City every day driving to work. From Route 3 to Route 17, you see that smoke. You see the candlelight vigils. I'll never forget going to New York City to go to Ground Zero, seeing tanks on the streets, seeing the streets empty, going to restaurants and being warned about bomb scares and bomb threats, meeting police officers from Australia and London, police officers from California telling their stories of how they're giving back, how they're supporting, seeing flyers all over New York City where it was people looking for their spouse, their loved one, their child, their boyfriend. I'll never forget the look of desperation on people all throughout New York City, looking for answers, looking for help, looking to find somebody, just looking for anything, any kind of sign of hope for our country. So when everybody says never forget, it's definitely a day I'll never forget. And hopefully people remember and embrace our country. So where times could be tough, especially economically and everything else, you know what? It's still the United States. It's still our country, and we still have to be proud of it. When 9/11 first happened, everybody had their flags out, everybody was very patriotic. And now it's like somebody, patriotism seems to sway back and forth. Let's not forget where we come from. Let's not forget what happened to us. And let's not forget what we can do going forward. So with that, I just wish everybody enjoy the game. Don't forget your men and women that serve your country. And have a good day. Thank you.